welcome to the East Daily Download. My name is Mark. I'll be your tour guide in this adventure across the East. It's Wednesday. We're halfway there. We're halfway to Friday. It's awesome. Hope your day's off to a great start so far. And boy, do we have a big show in store for you on this Wednesday. I'll get to that in just a second. But first, let me tell you can find the show. Right now, you're watching us on Eastern North Carolina CW, 7 a.m. We're here Monday through Friday. But you can also find us at WNCT.com under the East Daily Download tab. We're also on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. All the usual suspects when it comes to social media, and use the hashtag East Daily Download. And you know what you can do? You can also email us. You can email questions to Angie Casada for Q&A with AQ, which, oh my goodness, is coming up today. A little bit later in the show, she's going to answer your questions. What else do we have? There's a guy who's a Pez dispenser collector. He's got a lot of them. Interesting story. Also, coming up in just a little bit, North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein sat down with our Dylan Huffman right here in Studio E to go over a lot of topics that are really important to North Carolina. You're going to hear some more of that conversation. But coming up right now, WNCT-9 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson introduces us all to this week's Weather Kit.
Now downloading Weather Kids.
The multicolored stuff is heavy rain. The green stuff is light rain. And all that is hail.
Meet Ja'Cory Spencer. On the night of his visit, we had a few thunderstorms moving through, so he got a chance to test his skills.
How bad the thunderstorm is. So we're going all the way up to 40,000 feet.
Ja'Cory understands the importance of looking professional on air, but maintaining a sense of humor.
When I got these clothes, I felt like I was a businessman, like I'm a CEO of Spencer Industries.
And he also knows how to stay awake when working long hours in the television business.
I just like to sit at the desk or drink coffee one.
Sit at the desk or drink coffee. You're thinking right.
Ja'Cory also enjoys reading, drawing, of course playing video games, and spending time with his pets.
A dog. I used to have a fish.
Okay, what's the dog's name?
Dolly.
Ja'Cory learned a lot on his visit, and we welcome him to our Weather Kids family. Now, if your child would like to become a WNCT 9 on your side First Alert Weather Kid, send me an email to jjackson@WNCT.com, and I'll explain how everything works. For the WNCT 9 on your side First Alert Weather Kids, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson. Class dismissed. When the parents look at this and they see the kids on television, they think, oh, I would love to have my kid, but I'm a little bit scared to bring them on TV. When we shoot Weather Kids, it's not live. We don't put them in a high-pressure environment. It doesn't matter what their skill set is. We will guide them. We will show them where to stand. If they mess up, we've got plenty of time. We can do it over. We take our time to make them feel comfortable and to get it done right.
If your child is interested in being on Weather Kids, email Jerry at jjackson@WNCT.com.
The long forecast, the 7-8 day forecast, that's what I like to see. That lets me know ahead of time what the weather's going to be like. Jerry does a good job. He lets you know when something is finna transpire. I have the app on my phone and the radar on my phone so I can keep up with that. It helps me know when a storm is coming up and what the weather's going to be like and what's bad. One moment I really appreciated was when Hurricane Florence was about, and the way Jerry really let you know what was going to happen. That was one moment that made my decision for us to leave town at that time. Because in Craven County, we got hit bad. And Jerry really emphasized how the storm surge was going to be, how much wind we was going to have, how much damage was expected. So that gave us the determination to leave town. So that was one of the great moments, I believe, was with Jerry's forecast of Hurricane Florence. I just want to say y'all continue to do what you're doing.
Now downloading Wacky Wednesday.
Hey, we're back here on the East Daily Download. It's Wednesday morning. Hope your day's off to a great start so far. So we still have a lot to come. Angie Casada is going to be here, our 10 o'clock anchor on Eastern North Carolina CW with her new Q&A with AQ. Stay tuned to see if your question is asked and answered. Also, we have a guy who's a Pez dispenser collector. He has a lot of them. It's an interesting story. Stay tuned for that in just a second. But first, North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein sat down here in Studio E recently with our own Dylan Huffman to talk about some really important topics to the state of North Carolina. Let's hear the continuation of that interview.
How do you have that conversation with someone who is young to make sure, they don't progress?
We have to do a lot of education with young people because when you interview them, first of all, the increased incidence in young people taking medication that was not prescribed to them, taking other people's medication, is shockingly high. 1 out of 5 11th graders report having taken someone else's pills. I mean, it's crazy. And they think what they say is they're like, it can't be that dangerous because the government approved the drug and a doctor prescribed the drug. But because it's appropriate for one person does not make it appropriate for you.
You mentioned treatment. You said treatment is kind of where the state is failing the most. Why is that, and how do you turn that around?
The state's failing for really no good reason. We pay, as North Carolinians, to the federal government taxes for health care. And we let that tax money go to 37 states, 38 states around the country that expanded Medicaid. If we just said yes to the federal government and accepted the offer to expand Medicaid here in North Carolina, more than 500,000 people would have health care coverage. And a lot of those people have substance use or mental health challenges. You can't get treatment to get healthy if you can't pay for that treatment. And people who have addiction, they don't have extra money laying around to go pay a doctor the medication that they need. So we need folks to have health insurance so they can get better and healthy.
So you would be in favor of the governor also wanting to have Medicaid?
I thank the governor for fighting hard to try to make sure that more people in North Carolina have access to the healthcare system that we all deserve. Another part of my initiative in going after these drug companies is I want them to pay billions of dollars. They need to pay billions of dollars because they've caused billions and billions of damage, and they need to help pay to clean up the mess they created. So hopefully we'll have another stream of money that can help us in this problem.
So this is how it all went down. When I was a kid, my mom would always say, Kelly, you talk to everybody. It's like every day's the Kelly Clarkson show. Then the other day, I'm in the studio asking a lot of questions, and my engineer says, what is this, like the Kelly Clarkson show? Then I'm at a play date where the super cool mom says, you should totally have a show. And I'm like, shut up, but in like a nice way. And then her daughter, who's like the cutest thing ever, says, it's like there's always been a Kelly Clarkson show, but now it's on TV. And I'm like, totally.
The Kelly Clarkson Show.
In West Little Rock, inside this garage, works of art are being brought back to life. Reclaimed wooden rockers, hand-painted by an artist named Andy.
He's just cool and fun, and he just has a really great message.
Fellow artist Carolyn remembers the first time she saw an Andy original.
And I'm going, oh my gosh, Andy, that's so brilliant. Don't touch it. It's fantastic.
It is art that moves you.
Like I wanted to cry. This is so powerful.
Art made especially emotional because Carolyn is Andy's mom.
And I love that.
And this is Andy.
So this is me.
At 21 years old, Andy Arnold is full of passion.
It just rocks my world because I love doing chairs. It's all I do.
And refuses to let anyone.
I am a master's hander.
Put limits on what he can do.
Because my mom and my dad never put limits on me.
Andy has painted dozens of these chairs.
Here, I sign in the bottom, right there.
Chairs that first sold for $50 now go for more than $600 and are in homes coast to coast.
And that's how you sand a cool chair.
In his spare time, Andy likes to encourage special needs kids by teaching them art and encourage everyone by selling his shirts with his Andyisms written on them.
It's called Living with No Limits.
When he's not speaking through his art or his shirts, he's speaking through social media. Andy's Chairs has more than 4,500 followers.
Go have a good day. I give you permission to have a good day.
It seems like most days would be good days hanging around Andy.
Me.
And when our day was over and we asked him if there was anything else he'd like to talk about, Well, just listen to the wisdom of a man who the world said would be different.
And say, don't put limits on your children. Let them be what they want it to be. If they want to be a astronaut, go do that. Go just live your dream. Just go be yourself.
If only more of us could be different, like this artist named Andy.
Hey, we're back here on the East Daily Download. It's Wednesday morning. Hope your day's off to a great start. Quick reminder, go to WNCT.com, click on the East Daily Download tab to watch this or any episode of the show. Also, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the hashtag East Daily Download. You can also email us at download@WNCT.com, which will help you give a question to Angie Casada to answer in Q&A, which is still to come. But first, we're going to hear from a Pez collector. That sounds weird, but it's not, but it is, but it isn't. Take a look.
I'm hoping that my granddaughter will think this is cool.
But that's for another time. Right now, he thinks his collection of Pez dispensers is pretty cool, and he's got maybe 1,000 of them.
These are cool.
Yeah.
This is a bug's life, I think.
He started back when his kids were small, and he'd put them in their Christmas stockings. The kids would eat the candy and toss the dispensers.
I would just put them in the garage in a drawer or something.
And so pretty soon you had a small collection.
I had a small collection.
And it's been growing ever since.
You see something and it looks like, oh, I don't think I have that one.
I'll buy it.
And that results in a lot of duplication, but who's counting? Got a favorite?
Barbie.
His wife bought it for him when he was sick with pneumonia. Made him feel better, maybe cured him. Hey, there's Elvis, Peppermint Patty, all the bandmates from Kiss. He's got all the presidents through Barack Obama, no Trump Pez yet. Then there's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Happy, grumpy, sleepy, sneezy, bashful, dopey Doc. But you knew that. He loves collecting something that's unusual.
It brings back a little nostalgia from, my childhood.
Rick Wells, Oklahoma's own News on 6.
Something funny starts to happen when you push yourself forward 5-second decisions at a time. Your life changes. So the 5-second rule is a universal law. Here it is. The moment you have an instinct to do something, you got to move within 5 seconds or your brain will talk you out of it. My whole life changed 11 years ago when I decided to launch myself out of bed like a rocket.
Yes! Yes!
And I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and stood up. And that one 5-second decision changed my entire life. Change comes down to a choice, not the big choices, actually the little ones, the ones that happen 5 seconds at a time. The Mel Robbins Show is not a show, it's an experience where you start to understand what's holding you back, and more importantly, you take that next step toward getting the life that you want and the life that you deserve.
I have come to cheer y'all up about the state of politics in this great nation. I know you think that it is looking dark and gloomy. Cheer up, it could always be worse. You could be living in Texas.
Raise Hell, the life and times of Molly Ivins, profiles a unique voice in a unique place, a Lone Star state liberal whose wit and wisdom captured the nation's attention.
Molly Ivins appeared in papers all over the country.
How many legendary print journalists are there?
I'm a Texan. I drive a pickup truck. I drink beer. I hunt. I'm a liberal. So what?
What was important was shining a light on corruption and stupidity and, who's getting screwed and who's doing the screwing.
Filmmaker Janice Engel saw a one-woman stage show about Ivins and was hooked.
It was Molly, her voice. So much so that when I got home that night, I Googled her till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Patriotic bullies back in World War I used to run around kicking dachshunds on the grounds that they were German dogs. Now, I'll tell you something about people like that. They don't go around kicking German shepherds.
Anytime you do the kind of work Molly did, there's a price to pay for it. Molly got death threats, threatening letters.
I think of you as a hateful, lying left liberal.
We keep pretending that the political spectrum runs from right to left. It doesn't. It runs from top to bottom. It's not those people in Washington. It's not those people in your state capital. This country is run by us.
Somebody has got to look them in the eye and speak truth. And she did.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Very few people know that there are lyrics to Entertainment Tonight.
Hey, here we go.
So you've had a very bad day. There's Entertainment Tonight.
Oh, yes, all right.
If your business would like to be featured in our new show, The East Daily Download, contact Joe Bullard at 252-355-8520 or jbullard@WNCT.com today and watch The East Daily Download weekdays at 7 on Eastern North Carolina CW.
How about a butterfly? A pink one, maybe. Or I could do a unicorn, a ladybug, a baby kitten. Your boyfriend's name inside a little heart.
Busy night tonight.
Everybody in here wants the same thing.
Hey everyone, welcome to Q&A with AQ. I'm Angie Casada. So excited to answer your questions where you, the viewers, have the chance to send in your questions, whether it's personal or about ENC or maybe something about me. I don't know. Anything you guys want to know, I'm here to answer it, here to do the research. So let's get started with the first question. All right, what is your favorite animal? Man, what is my favorite animal? I'm gonna have to go with a wolf. I love wolves. Like, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're majestic, they're strong. Yeah, and I love dogs. So wolves are just phenomenal. So I think that's my favorite animal. Second question, what should I have at home to be ready in case of a hurricane? Well, being that I'm from Florida, I kind of have some experience here, and then the fact that I moved to ENC and get behind the scenes, you know, definitely a flashlight. You want to have a case of water or multiple cases of water. I would say some canned food or food that won't go bad. A lot of batteries, right? Batteries are always great, as well as anything like battery operated. So like I know in Florida, me and my dad loved having the fans, portable fans with us because it gets so hot and muggy. But yeah, those are kind of like the basics, but definitely tune into WNCT because we're gonna have all the information that you need for you to be prepared. So next question, how do I get one of those WNCT mugs? Well, they're free. They're free. It doesn't cost anything. It's free $99. Well, no, because then technically that would be $1, right? So it's free, and you just have to reach out to our marketing team. They're phenomenal, or our morning show with Maria Sotera and Alex. So yeah, it's a free mug. You can either win it, or you can email us. Next question. Who works at WNCT that has been there the longest? The vets in the game. So I had to do some research here, right? So I was walking around the newsroom asking folks who has been here the longest, and it's between our sports director, Brian Bailey, and he's like an engineer slash editor, photographer, Kevin O'Brien. So when I asked both of them, they both said it was like a gray area, but to my knowledge, Brian Bailey has been here for 35 years, and Kevin O'Brien has been here for 39 years. So on-air talent, longest, Brian Bailey, 35. And then Kevin O'Brien has just been here at the station. We like to call him the encyclopedia of WNCT because he just knows everything, has covered everything. So yeah, I hope I could be of that one day. Well, that's all the time we have. Make sure you guys send in your questions to download at WNCT.com. I love answering your questions, whether it's about ENC. Again, if you just want to get to know me, send in your questions. I love to answer them, all right? Angie Casada, East Daily Download.
Oh, hey, that's right. Yeah, we're back here in the East Daily Download. It's National Cheeseburger Day, as you can see. I was about to take another bite from this delicious cheeseburger that I have because it's 7:30 in the morning. Nothing tastes better. Hope you have a great day ahead. Tomorrow is Thursday, and we've got another big show in store for you. More from the Attorney General in that interview. But until then, enjoy a cheeseburger. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thursday, when we hit the road for the next edition of the East Daily Download, our Kelsey O'Donnell introduces you to horseback riding therapy. We take a look at the scary new Stephen King movie, It, Chapter 2. North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein continues his conversation with our Dylan Huffman in Studio E. And Angie Casada introduces us to a child looking for a loving home. So join us on Thursday for an all-new The East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina, CW.